Wow, what a few weeks it has been. I am feeling way more pregnant. Hey, welcome to the Poirier Pocket. So if you're new here, I'm Mandy, and currently I have The Office on because that is going to help inspire this video. Not really, it's not connected at all. We are expecting a little baby girl, and I am about, what am I now? I'm almost 16 weeks, and I'm going to be going over 14 and 15 weeks in this update. So if you want to see any of my other updates, I've got a few videos already out, and I've got the reveal of our gender, which obviously I just spoiled it for you, but if you want to watch any of my videos, I would be so thankful. So as we're heading into this thankful season, and I've got my Christmas tree up, and I'm starting to get something in my throat. Hopefully we're okay, but yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'm just thankful for you in this world, and I'm just thankful for the weather, and even though it's super cold here in the Midwest, it is so beautiful. So let's get right into how I'm doing, how the baby's doing, and what it's been like to be pregnant at week 14 and 15. So it's always fun to start with a little bump shot. So let me show you what we got going on. All right, there she is. So from the front, just looks kind of like it's getting tighter. And yeah, here's a little me walking by. Can you tell I'm pregnant yet? You can tell a little bit, so that's kind of fun. That's definitely a more exciting update. First thing that you've got to know about week 14 to 15 is how bad my forgetfulness is getting and how I can't come up with words. I can get close to it, and I can even like help myself get there, but it's just quite a journey to hear me tell a story or try to say something really normal and common that's just not coming to my brain. A huge one that just started up and I was like, oh, that's what that is round ligament pain. Right along the sides of my stomach, I am getting pains, like they're just little cramps, and they started one night. Well, they probably started before this, but it got like the most painful, and now I feel it in the same spot. When I was laying in bed, just laying flat, and I sneezed and my whole body just like when I sneezed, like you do, but it like targeted that area, which I've heard it can just happen. That's one of the ways it happens, and it hurt so bad, and it stayed, and I had to even like, I'm very quiet, I guess, when I'm in pain. Like I process it inside, and so this one I was like, ow, 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 like it was not going away. And then, you know, it lightened up and it was fine, and I haven't had an issue with sneezing since, but oh dear, that was a lot. Let's see. Okay, so week 14, I feel like something was just happening. I was getting the cramps like just in the front of my stomach, like I used to get when, like at the very beginning, like week 4, 5, 6, maybe not even 6. It was like super early, and it felt like those were like the implantation cramps. And now it feels like maybe my uterus is expanding. I heard that that is what is going to start happening in the second trimester, just with every week it's gonna be happening. I just feel like I want to keep moving around. So bear with me as we get a lot of different shots today. Okay, so see, I can't even keep my train of thought. What were we talking about? Week 14 being a lot. I think hormonally things were happening because my insomnia like kicked back in, and I had quite a few nights that week that were rough, and I just felt so pregnant. It was just so real that all these symptoms were happening, and all like, it was like 3 days, a big chunk. I remember when someone asked me, I was like, I'm just feeling it. There's a lot going on, which, you know, it's always nice when it passes, but I do try to be thankful that like, okay, I'm feeling pregnant, because I feel so good that I forget a lot of the time. Okay, I need to go get my water. Oh, look at this terrible decoration that I have. Can you see that? It was like a craft that I made. It's so bad. Okay, not much water left, but at least it is something. So I'm really glad to be out of week 14. I feel like I'm getting more, like, I can just tell my stomach is kind of going like down more, and that's been interesting. Kind of sore. I've had to stretch a ton because of the lower back pain on my left side. And last night I finally switched the pillow to the opposite side, so I have the C shape. I mentioned that in another video, and that really did help. I'm glad I did that because I don't feel that terrible pain in the middle of the night when I try to get up to go pee, and when I'm just getting out at any point, like out of the car. So that's feeling a lot better, but now it's kind of like, I was talking to somebody yesterday and they're like, oh, your right side's now overcompensating for that. So I keep stretching, but she also warned me not to overstretch, but she recommended like a tennis ball or something. So I'm gonna try that. But it sounds like, I don't know, my back is just gonna have to grow with me. I don't think I can call it technically lightning crotch, but that is, I think, the term that it's called, that you get towards the end of pregnancy, like the last few weeks, where it just feels like lightning to your crotch and it's painful. But it does feel like if the baby's kicking, which I can't really tell, like I've had a few like swipe, well, okay, I once had the baby feel like it was like moving, like a swipe, which I was like, that was not my stomach gurgling or anything. Like that was definitely, there's something inside me. So I think the baby could just be like kicking downwards, and maybe that's what's causing pain, or with like the growth down there. But I'm having pain. I'm gonna have to mention that to my doctor. And I don't think you can have lightning crotch this early, but I have moments that like stop me because of the sudden jolt of pain. So we'll see how that progresses, because this is so early to be feeling that. I would say I'm finally starting to get out of it, but to recap you for what I'm recapping you for, in weeks 14 and 15, I have not felt like being creative. I have not felt like filming any videos or editing. I have just wanted to relax, and that could be due to seasonal changes and how beautiful, I'll show you how beautiful it is outside. You probably can't see right now, but there are flurries coming down and it is wonderful. It's so beautiful, just seeing that come down. But I think having just darkness at this point in the day really makes it so I just don't have as much energy, and I do just want to watch things and relax. Oh my goodness, I feel like that's gonna get worse, the like hiccuping and whatever that is. It's not painful, it's just I have it. So there's that. What else can I share with you? Yeah, I just feel like very firm, like in my stomach. I can feel kind of like the top of the uterus. It's still like below the belly button. And let's see, baby seems to be doing really well. I'm feeling like flutters and sometimes kicks, but they're like very few and far between, and I feel like they're just in my head. And like after they happen, I'm like, okay, that was real. That was something different. But then I start to second guess and I'm like, I don't know. So I've been like poking around and just like laying and trying to watch it. And I've been having this really weird thing where if I lay down and watch my stomach, you know, from my angle, it like has like a beat. So like it's pretty regular, so I think it's just the blood circulating, but sometimes there's like it's a weird movement, but I don't feel it like it's a kick. So I don't know if baby's just not strong enough to like punch me yet. But yeah, that's been interesting. I am kind of surprised like in video how I do look bigger. Like it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels weird. It doesn't feel like I've gotten that much bigger this last few weeks, just that the bloat went down a little bit and it kind of is reshaping, but it doesn't look any more like I'm pregnant. It just looks like something. But I'm excited for it anyway, because, you know, just this stage is something. All right, now my back is hurting and sitting is gonna feel better. final thing is just, I'm not really able to go out for walks in the snow because it's so slippery out there. I don't want to risk it alone, at least, and I don't want to get more of a throat thing that's going on currently. But when I was going for a walk like a week ago, because of course the Midwest goes from like 70 to 30 within a day, and just going around, I don't even know if it's a mile, it's really not that long. When I get back home, Chris like went to kiss my forehead and was like, you are so, like, I was like so sweaty. I've just been getting so annoyed that like I can build up a workout so easily right now. It's funny. So any new cravings? Not really. I've been experiencing a lot of morning sickness. Like I said, those few days where I just really felt pregnant, I was getting really sick, and oh, that's a big one. I've been getting lightheaded. Like I know every time I stand up that I've got to like take a moment, make sure that I'm good, because I don't want to risk any falling. And at night, that doesn't happen as much, but I do try to like grab the walls and everything, because oh golly, yeah, that is definitely a new thing that I've been aware of. I don't know if this is a craving, but today I really wanted chicken tenders with, so I wanted it specifically from Beefaroo, which is like a local joint here, and it's amazing. Beefaroo, oh my gosh, why can't I think of what I was just saying? See, this is where it's like, duh, chicken tenders and either chocolate or chocolate mint shake, and they just have a specific kind of shake, and then I can like dip my chicken in it, which is that weird, I don't care, it's really good. So that I wanted today, but mostly I don't know, I don't really crave food because I'll be really hungry, like I'm hungry all the time, but it always is better once it's actually made and in front of me. If I have to think about it, I don't like it. And so I've been just trying to like ignore what I think and just make the food, and then hopefully I'll be happy eating it. I don't know what the deal is there, how my hormones are working right now, because it just suddenly it's like, oh, I feel like something kind of growth spurt kind of thing is happening. That's the best way I can think to describe it. I will keep you guys updated, but because it's gotten so cold, I have needed my winter jacket, and I've got one of those long ones, like a nice padded gray one, and it zips all the way up. I went to this like Friendsgiving thing recently, and when I went to zip up at the end of the night, I was like, oh, this is gonna like either rip open, or it's getting close. And I felt like maybe I was wearing too many layers, but I think it was the food, the layers, and my big old belly. Like it's hard to even, I have to like straighten my body out and zip it up and everything. So yeah, we're gonna need a new winter coat soon, or I'm gonna have to sew some kind of blanket that I can wear inside of my coat. But it's the kind of coat that I want to like be closed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but I've got my sewing machine and I'm just gonna have to be creative. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I really could use them. But anyway, that is week 14 and 15, what they call a bump date, but I'm probably gonna end up using that just so that people can find the video, but for some reason I just hate that term. A bump date, I don't know. I guess I showed you my bump. That's not a date, but it's trying to use the word update. Blah. I don't like using it. I'm gonna try not to. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for watching the Poirier Pocket, and I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving.